Hello, welcome to this channel. This is the first video on this channel, and now I am going to unbox the iPad Air 2020 in the sky blue color. The image on the box and the logo of Apple are also in sky blue color on this box. I ordered this iPad from Apple India online store. This is priced at 54,900 rupees. After we open the box, we are first greeted with the iPad itself, which is in this sky blue color, which Apple made for first time. Let's put it aside, and beneath it there is an instruction booklet. It's written designed by Apple in California on this booklet, but remember people, it is manufactured in People's Republic of China. Inside this booklet there is some information regarding the ports and buttons of the iPad and some general instructions on how to use the iPad for first time users. And these are the Apple stickers Apple provides with every purchase. And this is a 20-watt charger which Apple provides in the box, which charges the iPad with a Type-C to Type-C cable. This cable, apart from charging the iPad, can also transfer data with speeds 5 gigabytes per second, whereas the iPad Pro's cable transfers data at 10 gigabytes per second. This is an USB power delivery charger, so in future if you damage this one, you can easily get a power delivery charger with the wattage of 20 watts from Amazon. You get only charger apart from iPad. Now we'll move to iPad. I ordered the sky blue color because it looks grey most of the time and bluish only when under direct light. I engraved this iPad and it is available only on Apple India website and also for free. As you can see, there is Apple logo here, and in the bottom there are magnetic connectors used to connect to accessories such as Magic Keyboard. Here you can see a 12 megapixel camera and a microphone. Now we'll turn on the iPad. This iPad is powered by Apple's A14 Bionic chip, which is the latest and most powerful till date, and this one has a 10.9-inch liquid retina display and it is a fully laminated one. By fully laminated, I meant that the display is attached to the glass and you don't hear any hollow sound when tapping on the screen. By the way, the screen has a refresh rate of only 60 Hz. This year's iPad Air is a replica of 2018's iPad Pro with 120Hz display subtracted from it, and you are getting it at a cheaper price and with a more powerful processor. Apple managed to increase the canvas size of the display by moving the Touch ID and integrating it into the power button. This iPad runs on the latest version of the iPad OS, and since this is the latest processor, you are guaranteed more years of software support from Apple. This iPad has two-tone display which adjusts the color temperature of the display according to the surroundings in which you are using the iPad. So you are provided with better colors on the display. As you can see, when you turn on this feature, the colors become warm and cool when you turn it off. There is system-wide dark mode which turns the interface to black. You can change it manually or specify a time frame for the same. Even though this is a LCD panel, the blacks are deeper on this, making this easier to use after sunset. You can also turn on the dark mode and true tone from the control center. When compared to true tone, night mode permanently makes the colors warmer. If you are having trouble using the iPad in pitch dark conditions, then you can reduce the white point. On the right there are volume controls, and on the top there is Touch ID integrated with the power button and two vents for speakers and a microphone. And on the right, we also have a magnetic connector to wirelessly charge the Apple second generation Apple Pencil. And on the bottom, we have a Type-C port and two more vents for speaker. Even though this iPad has 4 vents for speakers, only 2 of them actually work. Coming to the camera, it is 12 megapixel sensor capable of shooting 4K videos at 60 frames per second. Now I'll show you how the camera performs in indoor conditions, since many people use its camera for scanning documents. As you can see, the image looks sharp and natural. Coming to how the Touch ID works, you can tap the screen so it wakes up, and then you should place the registered finger on the ID and rest it on the button. Or you can do it in traditional way by waking the screen with power button. Holding the button wakes up Siri. Coming to onboard storage, this iPad is a 64 GB variant, of which about 7 GB is used by system. You also get 5 GB of free iCloud storage. I've already said this iPad has a 60Hz display, but it is very smooth when compared to other 60Hz panels because the animations are very fluid and the powerful processor makes the animations look buttery smooth with no stutters and lags. I compared this with the display of Tab S7, which has 120Hz smoothness, and this one looks very crisp and it is also very good for reading. Also, I can say that this is one of the best LCD displays I have seen, and its aspect ratio makes it easier to use when compared to the aspect ratio of Samsung Tab S7. 60Hz is enough unless you are an artist. iPadOS 14 offers a new wide range of widgets, which can be seen here. Now we'll check how the speakers sound in real time.
Everyone back. Only one door. No one else has to die today. Who has the key card? I do. How about you, Captain? Bring the paper on. We'll get it. Count on. We want to be leaving Zimbabwe.
In comparing the designs of both, the iPad Air 2020 has new industrial design which looks boxy with 6.4 millimeters of thickness, whereas iPad 8 has the same design from 8 years with its big bezels, and it's also thick compared to iPad Air, but it gets an added advantage with bigger battery. The aspect ratio on the iPad Air is perfect for a tablet, and that of the iPad 8 I can say is a weird one for watching videos on YouTube, as much of the display appears dark and does not show the video. Both have beautiful displays on them, but the Air has deeper blacks. Also, there is P3 wide color gamut support on the iPad Air, but I didn't see any difference on them during the time I used them. The front camera on the iPad Air is 7 megapixels, which is good for FaceTime calls and Zoom calls and video calls, and on the iPad 8 it is only 1.2 megapixel, which I think is pretty bad in 2020, but it does its job fairly because it is enough for video calls. The speakers on the iPad Air create a stereo effect since the speakers are on the both sides when you hold the iPad in landscape mode, whereas on the iPad 8 there are two bottom firing speakers which are somewhat low in sound and crispness when compared to that of the iPad Air. When coming to features of iPadOS, all features of iPadOS can be used on both the devices. Here are some basic gestures which can be helpful in day-to-day use. This is a default stock notes app from Apple, and you can pinch in the selected text to copy it, and you can pinch out to paste the text. You can swipe with 3 fingers to the left to undo the previous action as shown here. For redo, you should swipe with 3 fingers towards the right. To open the dock, pull upwards from the chin as shown here. And to see the recent tabs, you should just pull upwards and hold. And to go to home screen, just you can pinch with 4 fingers, and to see the recent tabs you can pinch with 4 fingers and hold them. This is how you open a new window on an existing window using the app dock. You can also open multiple apps here. To enter full screen mode, pull it towards the extreme right. Using the Notes app, you can select the text you want from any place and directly move the text to the Notes app. For now, this only works for the Notes app. Using iTunes, you can copy any type of file to this app, and you can also open those files in this app itself instead of running behind many apps. This is how you can take screenshots and edit them instantly. When we consider pricing, 32 GB variant of the iPad 8th generation starts at 29,900, and I think it is only for people who read PDFs and use Safari instead of downloading huge iPadOS applications. 7 GB is used by system files on the iPad, and you are left with the remaining. And as you keep using the iPad, the cache memory gets filled up and you don't get any option in iPadOS to clear the cache memory as you get in Android devices. This might prompt you to buy the 128 GB variant of iPad 8, for which you need to spend 8,000 rupees more just for storage. Instead of that, if you buy iPad Air, which has a Type-C connector, you can attach all accessories you want instead of paying the money for purchasing a lightning connector hub, which costs way more for you than a similar hub for connecting to a Type-C port. The iPad 8 is also a very powerful device with A12 Bionic from the iPhone 10, but its only disadvantage is it being a non-laminated display. Today even 10,000 rupees Android tablets have laminated display. I don't know why Apple is doing this. Both come with the same 20-watt charger in the box. And remember, if you are trying to buy the cellular variant of any iPad, the cellular variant can be used only to access data and not to call any other mobile numbers. Also, the cellular variant gives 1 hour less battery life compared to that of the Wi-Fi variant. If you are thinking of buying the 128 GB variant of iPad 8 generation, invest some more money and go for the iPad Air. You also get new design, a better camera, a better processor, stereo speakers, and Type-C port. Also, there are rumors that Apple may create a portless mobile, so there are no plans for Apple to move to Type-C on their iPhone segment. Do not buy 32 GB variant if you want to edit videos. I bought this ESR slim case for iPad Air 2020 from Amazon for about 1170 rupees, and I think it is the best case for iPad Air because it has TPU back and magnetic front. The iPad fits very well in the case, and the case provides all-round protection to the iPad, covering all the edges. Since this is a magnetic case on the front, the screen automatically gets turned off when you close the case and it gets turned on when you open. Thank you for watching. That's the end of the video, and I want to thank my friend Bhaskar for helping me out with the video.